Peace, peace. Indra Ali coming back at you with another video. Alright, so this is episode 3 of my new series entitled Everything is Spiritual and Has a Backstory. Like I've been telling you, the first 3 episodes are actually a three-part of the same kind of like story or whatever. So I suggest you watch the first episode entitled Any Time With Us, and this third episode is entitled Pizza Birthday or Pizza Birthday Party or something like that. So like I told you, at this point I lost my best friend, peace and blessings be upon him. His name was Trent. He made the transitions in his 30s, so it's been over 10 years easily by at this point or whatever, up to today. So in the first episode I told you that I actually see my best friend right before he made a transition. In the second episode, I told you about my first contact with him after he made a transition. In this episode, I'm going to share with you my last contact with him since he's been in the spirit world. So this was actually earlier January 2022. So I'm in my dream. I'm sleep knocked out and I'm in a dream, literally dreaming, but I remember the dream. Any transition or anything like that, felt like a regular dream. So me and the Wiz, we were sitting there thinking about what we wanted to eat. We were in the living room and he was in the kitchen. And while we were sitting there thinking about, or actually we were thinking about what we wanted to eat because he had a pizza delivered to him. Go back to episode 1 and you know the connection with that. So he had pizza, and me and the Wiz were thinking about what we wanted to get to eat because we weren't eating with him or whatever. So we're sitting there discussing what we want to eat, and then there's another knock at the door, and he was getting a delivery, and it was a bunch of flowers, these big red roses. I remember there was like huge red roses or whatever, and in my mind, in the dream, I'm like, oh, it must be his birthday or something like that. He's getting roses delivered for his birthday. And you know how dreams are. You don't have any context clues, just the feeling you get or the knowing that you get. And that's the knowing that I received was he was getting flowers delivered for his birthday. So I ain't think nothing of it. Long story short, as far as that dream, we left and we were going around looking for something to eat. But I woke up after that and I was like, you know what? Is today his birthday? This is what I'm thinking as I wake up. Cause I'm just having a dream and I remember, and I haven't had a dream with him in a minute that I remember. So I'm like, I wonder if this dude's birthday. Cause I knew his birthday is in January, or whatever. My birthday is in January. So, but being self-employed, I really don't know what the day is, like the date. So I go to the laptop and I pull up his mom's Facebook, and of course, today that day was his born day. So I just sat there and I was just appreciative to make contact with him on the day of his birth. So I'm like, man, that was crazy or whatever. So I was like, if you've seen the second episode, usually when he contacts me, it has something to do with his mom. So I text his mom, not immediately. It actually was later in the day. I had a dream in the morning, but if you know me, I wake up dumb early, like 4 o'clock in the morning. So it's crazy. So I didn't text her immediately upon awakening. So it was during the course of the day. I forget what I was doing. Maybe after the stock market was closed or something like that. I texted his mom. I said, hey, do you have a second or whatever? She immediately like, yeah, I'm free or whatever. So I call her and she is literally driving from visiting him at the cemetery. She went to see her son Trent on his birthday at the cemetery. So when I contacted her, she was literally driving home from the cemetery. And I just shared with her in a dream, you know, he was eating pizza and stuff like that or whatever. And he received some big red roses. And she immediately started to cry and get a little choked up. And she said, I'm just leaving his grave, and his sister was there earlier and she just brought him a bunch of red roses or whatever. So from that dream, what I can take from that is obviously he is still fine in the spirit world. They know when their birthday is, their worldly birthday. They know when people are pulling on their energy. And like I said, usually when he contacts me, he wants me to speak to his mom. Obviously at this point, it's been probably 10 years or so. I know she's still affected by his transition, but she just thanked me. She was very, very happy after we got off the phone. She was like, "This is great news. I appreciate you so much for contacting me." And as always, I had to thank him for making that connection. So this is the third episode. Like I said, the first three episodes are really parts. So this is a third part. The next episode, I don't know what story I'm gonna talk about, but like I said, I have mad stories to share, and I'm going to share them for free on YouTube. So until next time, this has been Ali. Peace.